Hello everybody, Dawn here from Cyprus and doing another live today. We're going to do catch-ups and chats, and I'll talk a bit about what I've been up to, what I've been doing. And first of all, I'd like to, as always, thank my moderators, whether they can be on my live or not. And I'd like to thank all of you for watching this live, whether it's live or later after the event. Don't forget to drop a comment so I know who's there. That's very much appreciated. And thank you for being there, whether you're a long-term subscriber or someone new to my channel, and for hitting that thumbs up. Thanks very much. What should we start with today? Oh, I normally do my mood board. Let me see. Can't pick things up today. Okay, so what mood am I today for my mood cards? I did try, when you do that join thing for YouTube, you have to belong to it. When I did that, you can do like little badgy things down the bottom, and I would really have loved these to be my badges that you can award people for when they join and how long they've joined for. I do Patreon, which is a much simpler method, but they asked me to do the join thing for an experimental thing, so I did it for that. But I wanted these for the badges, and I was told to use, is it Pixel or something? It's like a program, and they said it's the easiest one to make. You have to make it into the pixels, obviously a certain size, and I tried to do it in that. For me it was very laborious, and I couldn't be getting on with it at all, so I couldn't use these. I use Canva, which is very good, but they haven't got a instant program for that kind of thing that I've found. If you know otherwise, that's free, do let me know. I can't do them, and don't bother telling me how or where to do them or someone to do them. I'm just like done with it now, so I just use their ones. I don't have anyone joining anyway. So let's look at my mood. So you'll see all these. I've got to try and draw some more of these, make some more, because there's lots more I'd like to have as different phrases or moods. Or if there's an artist out there that'd like to just make some for me and send them to me, that would be really fun. So what would I say is my mood today out of all of these? Let's go with this one, and this will be my story of what I got up to, and silly Billy. The state it left me in, silly Billy. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. I'll leave that out so I remember to tell you about what I've been up to, and I got myself in the right mess. I really did. That was my own fault. Trying to do things I can't do, but no one's going to tell me I can't do what I can't do. I'm going to try anyway. Silly Billy. Okay, so there's that. My book. So I always update you on what I'm reading. And I did show you last time I hadn't started it, but the book I've just started now, that I've literally just started the book, is Barbara Taylor Bradford's, and this is Playing the Game. I don't know this one. So I've only read a little bit. What's my review on that? Because I like the story to get going from the beginning. Yes, I'm liking it so far. It's sort of introducing the characters, and straight away you know something's going to happen. So that's quite good. And I was talking about Barbara Taylor Bradford, and when I opened the book, I realised there was a little bit about her in it. So I'll read you that. And it says, Barbara Taylor Bradford was born and raised in England. She started her writing career on the Yorkshire Evening Post and later worked as a journalist in London. Her first novel, A Woman of Substance, published in 1979, became an enduring bestseller and was followed by 25 others, including the best-selling Heart or Hearty series. Barbara's books have sold more than 82 million copies worldwide in more than 90 countries and 40 languages, and 10 miniseries and television movies have been made of her books. In October 2007, Barbara was awarded an OBE by the Queen for her services to literature. She lives in New York City with her husband, television producer Robert Bradford. Playing the Game is her 26th novel. And let's see what date this book was, because I'm sure there's probably been more books and more series since then. Let's see. This edition 2011. So there you go. I'm sure there's probably more since then. And I would say more television series, at least mini series. They usually make them into. So I'll keep you posted on that. As I say, my books, what I read, are so varied. I tend to go mostly from something more cultural or learning about something or something quite deep, and then into something a little bit more like this, a bit more of just a story. I like all sorts of books, and as I've said before, I love to just go to book sales, or in England I used to always go when the libraries were selling off their books and just pick up some random things that I might never pick up anyway. I love libraries, and there are not libraries in Cyprus, very few and far between, nowhere near I live. There was talk of someone doing a mobile library, but obviously that's not going to go everywhere anyway. And she says she hasn't actually barely got any books. So I think she's just going around to like schools and things, but who knows. I'm going to be doing at some point Book Nook. And what is Book Nook? If you haven't heard, it's basically I'm going to have a, let's call it a cupboard, but it's going to be a bit more than that. At the end of my land, where people can access without coming onto my land. And once I start it, I'd like anyone who's got social media to spread the word, if you're in Cyprus particularly, because it will be a way that you can come at any time and take any books you want from there. If you've got other books that you don't want anymore, then you can leave them in there, but it is not a book swap. So you do not have to bring a book to take a book. You do not have to bring them back. So they are yours to keep. If you want to read them and put them back, that's fine. That's up to you. But it's basically take the books, and as long as you want, as I say, you can keep them, you can give them to other people, share them about, because I love to share books and reading and that kind of thing. So I'm going to be calling it the Book Nook. And we've talked about maybe at some point put like maybe a bench there so people can sit and sort of look through a few books if they want. If people are on holiday in Cyprus, then they could come and take books to read on the beach, because then they wouldn't have to pack books. And also the thing is, people don't like to borrow books on holiday. There are some hotels and places where you can borrow books, but if you don't finish them, you've got to take them back. So it will be for my rural area, local areas, people on holiday. Even if you're staying the other side of Cyprus, you might day trip over this way, stop by and pick up a book. I will let you know when it's starting. Obviously, we've got a lot of things we're still doing on our property at the moment, and that's more essential. If anyone in the meantime's got books that they would like to drop off to me and leave for me for when I begin it, I will do that. I will still have books in the meantime for my workaways that come, and which are volunteers. A lot of people don't know what workaway is. It's and my Airbnb guest as well. Now, Workaware, if you don't know, it's volunteering. It is a worldwide organisation. Its hub is actually, I believe, in America, and it's a way of coming and volunteering or trying out a different lifestyle, or just a cheap accommodation for your holiday, a way of coming without paying for any accommodation and trading the free accommodation for time helping out. So we ask, each workaway asks for different things. We ask that you come for only 3 hours and you come and help out for 3 hours, and in return for that you get free accommodation here. And that, the reason we only ask for 3 hours help, that's Monday to Friday, so that's 5 days a week, 5 mornings a week, 3 hours each morning, not weekends. And the reason we ask for only 3 hours is because then you're free to go off, go out and about and tour and discover Cyprus. And some people have been here because they want to learn about off-grid. Some people have come because they want to know if they can actually get on with rural life, or people might come because they want to see if they're into homesteading or gardening. They all seem it's idyllic life, but what's the real side of it? So staying here, living off grid, trying it out, and they see if they really would like it or not. If they find, particularly if they come and help in the summer and they find, oh, you have to get up early in the morning if you've got a garden or growing or crops, because you have to water early. If you don't water early, the sun will burn everything. So a couple of people have been like, oh, right, well, we thought you could just get up and potter around in the garden. So it shows people the sort of lifestyle. So a lot of people do that. Some just come because they want to volunteer. And as I say, some just come as it's a cheap way to have a holiday because you've got free accommodation and helping out. We don't provide food because we only grow our own food. And also you get so many people have different dietary needs and special things, and it's better if they just get their own. Plus, as I've mentioned before, if you go to a workaway or any volunteering, such as WWOOF or other things, where they say, oh, yes, we provide food for you, think, well, if they're providing food for you, first of all, you've probably got to have whatever they're doing. They're not going to do special requirements for you. They won't have your stuff. They're not going to go out and buy that especially. Even if they do cater for your special needs, then you've got to eat at the times that suit them. I've heard that some volunteers from other organisations, they actually get minimal food. So there's nothing to say what sort of food you get. They might just get a bit of soup or a cup of tea and a biscuit, and then right off we go back to work. So you've got to look at it and know what you're getting. Also, if food is provided for you, more often than not, you have to make it and you have to clear up after it. You're then beholden to being there at the times that the food is available. So if they say the evening meal we eat at 7 o'clock at night, you're kind of stuck. You can't really go out for the afternoon or the evening, because if you want that free food, you're going to that one because it's free food. Well, then you're beholden to staying there. And if you say, oh, tonight we don't want to because we're going somewhere, they go, it's your turn on the rota to cook and clean. So even if you don't want the food that night, you might still be obliged to cook or stay and clean. And also think about, if you're interested in it, if it's a dormitory type situation or there's other workaways there, you're cooking and cleaning for those as well. So imagine if there's a rota and it's your turn to clean, and for some reason the stuff didn't get cleaned properly the day before, and so on and so forth. I have made videos on Workaway. I am a host. If you want information, then please contact me. I'll tell you specifically the answers that you're seeking. But as I say, if you're interested in any of these type of things, I recommend Workaway rather than some of the other sites. We did actually look to join some of these other volunteering organisations, and let's say from a host point of view, I wasn't very happy with what they said that you could or couldn't do. And as I say, I wanted it to be people who generally wanted to come to help a little bit, but be able to experience the country they come to visit, not be tied to what some of them do. And if it's, say, a farm, okay, you've got to work 4 hours, and you think, well, that's okay. Yes, but it's 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock at night to 11 o'clock. So be aware if you're going to look at anything like that. Do be aware. Hey, Peter, nice to see you. How are you doing? Just talking about volunteering and the workaways that we do here. So yeah, I'll help you if you're interested in that. And let me just say to people, because someone else was asking about it a while ago, it is not just about helping homesteads or farms or those kind of things, or gardening. It is anything and everything you may want help with. It can be 1 day, a week, 6 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year. So you can barter between you what you want to do, whether you want it very short term, a one-off job, or so on and so forth. You can actually say, if you want skilled people, what the skills are. If you want someone to come and do something for you that they might not know how to do it but are willing to learn, because a lot of them actually come as well to learn trades, and they're willing but they haven't got skills. But there are also a lot of skilled workaways out there as well. So you have to say what you want. For example, my sister needed help putting her new kitchen in, and I recommended Workaway to her because she said it was so expensive to try and get someone to come and fit it. And she got someone to come in, I think, a few days and fit her kitchen for her. She decided she would feed him for that. And so they have meals together as well. As I say, you can say what you want and what you don't want. Dawn, you know what freaks me out? It's a few years ago, me, you and others wouldn't be hosting a live and like a TV host. I've always done presenting stuff as well, because I always worked on TV. So, yeah, didn't seem any different to me, really. Yeah, so that's volunteering. As I say, it can be for anything you need help with. So let's say you've got a bit of DIY. They can do that. Some of them actually they want to just come and be like domestics for a week. They might be traveling around. You get a lot of nomadic people as well. So they're just moving around. A lot of young people actually aren't having homes now to rent. They are moving from Workaway to Workaway. So they're getting free lodging and helping you out, and then moving on to the next one. So it's all sorts of people out there, all sorts of age groups as well. The age groups are phenomenal, and you can decide how many you have at a time. We ask for only singles or 2 travelling together, because we only have one place for them. And I don't want to do this dormitory version that a lot do, and they put loads of beds in. I'm not interested in that at all. Plus, obviously, we're off grid and we couldn't support a lot of extra people at the moment. We are hoping to expand on that, but that's in the future. So there's that as well. Okay, we'll leave that there for now. I'll probably talk about it again at some point. As I say, if anyone's got any questions on it, I'm willing to help you. But definitely, if you're interested, Workaway. Oh, a host doesn't pay anything. It's no cost, because you're supplying the business for the Workaway company. Obviously, without you, there wouldn't be such a thing. But the volunteers, there's a very small annual membership. I can't tell you exactly what it is. It's something like €10. It's not very much at all. And there are ways of not paying, such as if you recommend somebody, then you get your year's membership waived. And the reason they have to pay is obviously everyone would just join it otherwise and have free holidays everywhere. So they're just making sure by paying upfront amount you're actually interested. When you think that's not bad, they can stay in your own country or they can go worldwide. So if you look on the Workaway site, I do have a link to that. Any of my videos where I talk about Workaway, the link will be underneath, or if you want it, I can give it to you. And all the information's there. Hey, Jasper Pudding Face, how are you, Janine? Nice to see you. Have you put another video up? I've seen 2 now, so let me know when you put another one up, and I will be there. I will be there. I've been saying to a few people that I'm going to have either next week or the week after off, not of YouTube. I'm still going to be doing my YouTube, but I want to catch up with a lot of channels, because there's some channels I want to just sit and indulge rather than like, oh, I've got 5 minutes. So there, only 2. 2's good. 2's better than 1. 2's better than 1. Yeah, so I will be catching up on some channels. I did do a quick bit catching up before I came on today on anyone who's got shorter videos. So there's that. Do you want to see how my cross stitch project is coming along? I did a little bit more. It's coming along now. It seems to be. Oh, we've got Cyprus now. Cyprus is coming. So I've got to go backwards along here. Got a bit more in rural. I've got to do in rural. In rural. And then I want to do something up here. I bet you can guess what I want to do up there. And then around it, randomly, I'm going to do pictures randomly around. That's why there's a big space. I'm going to do some random pictures there. Maybe something else around here. Who knows? It's coming along. It's coming along. As I was saying to Mike, it's difficult because this actually goes in, which is part of the issue why it looked like the letters weren't quite right. But I think as the whole words come, you're reading the words. So there's that coming along. Oh, yes, to talk about what I did silly yesterday. Just have a drink. I'll tell you what I did silly. Well, I'm Silly Billy. Where did I put Silly Billy? Oh, there it is. Why Silly Billy? Well, I'm doing my rural walks. If I go to a new place, then I film it, and I'm backing up the films. I've got a lot. I'm on walk I've just filmed. What are you guys on? What's the last letter you're on? Let me look. And I've been going to some places I don't know of. They're only locally. I don't go in the car and go anywhere or anything like that. I literally just walk to areas or places. I can see something over there. I'm going over that way. And some of them have been a little bit hairy, as in I nearly got stuck in the dry riverbed, which is deep. That was the one before last. Let me see. Walks. Posted. Last walk you had was walk I. Hey, how are you? You all need to go on Tom Girl City Squad and have a look at her wall that she's done. Yeah, you might see a name you recognise on the wall. Yay! So we'll go. I think the wall, I'm going to arrange my bedroom and put them on different wall. Oh, you were talking about that. And I also thought, Tara, if you get more names up there, you're going to need a bigger wall anyway. You're just going to have to put whatever you film on much further back, and then you'll have more wall around you. Oh, it looks good, though. It looks good. Yes, so my walk O. Walk O. So the last walk, I went in the dry riverbed. And I wanted to try and walk it. And let me just explain. You'll see it when you get to it. But let's explain. It's all shrubs. And I keep saying about these. I must identify what they are. They're like sharp shrubs. And they're really, you can't sort of move a bit out the way. They're stiff and sharp. Worse than cactus. And if you even slightly brush past them, no. So if you see like just 2 little branches going like that, I say on the film, oh, you think I could squeeze through that? I can't, because you can see they just come there. They are sharp and they are stiff. You cannot go past them. So when I eventually got down the dry riverbed, because it's all shrubs and all this, and you can't go down anywhere because it's, I would say, I think in the film I talk about, you can't see depth in film. So the slope goes down my side, the dry riverbed, and I think I said there were 4 or 5 almost tiers of full-grown trees. So that's the depth of it. Imagine, like, it's not tiered, but they're growing like that downwards. So it was a case of finding a way I could get down. And then when you get down, eventually, you can't just walk along the dry riverbed because there's all this stuff down there as well. So you might be able to walk a little way, but then you can't go any further that way. But then if you've gone down that far, you then can't necessarily get back up again. And Dawn does not retrace her steps when she walks. I've only done that once before when I got really lost. I went somewhere else randomly and it was just getting hairy. So I literally tried to retrace my steps, but I don't like to do that. So I'd then try and sort of find a place I could scramble up. But the dry riverbed slowly declines like that. So the further I tried to walk it, the higher and steeper the sides were. So that was one video. So I won't tell you what happened there, but that was quite hairy. And then the one after that, I talk in that one saying about, it'd be quite cool to do another video of trying to get up the other side where I've never been. I've never been up the other side. So I said if I could get down and then get up the other side as soon as possible rather than walking the riverbed and go up. And that was the walk I did yesterday. And you know, I'm not physically able, and I had to do a lot of scrambling. Oh my goodness. So imagine I'm scrambling. In England, we call it going for a ramble. And a ramble would mean you have to do a bit of climbing or just going over a sty, which is like the gates you have over to goat fields, let's say, or cow fields, that kind of thing. A sty or stile, some people call them. Climbing over those. So it's not just a walk. A ramble is not just a walk. It's got a little bit of something in with it, or going a bit off-piste, as they say, something a bit rurally, or climbing over a gate or a fence, that kind of thing. So I would say I don't do walks. I'm now doing rambles. So I got up the other side and I walked for miles. And I showed Mike on the map today how far I went. He couldn't believe it. And what I'd forgotten is the way that I was going to come back was up the steepest possible road, which would end up being the quickest way back. And I explained the video why I can't come back another way. And I just started up this steep incline up to my house, and I felt my thighs and my legs. And so, you know, like the next day you feel your muscles and everything. Well, I was feeling it before I even got home. And that's what I say, silly Billy, I did more than I was able. But no one's stopping me walking and exploring and going on an adventure. So today, my legs and even across my shoulders. But I think that's because I was climbing up the banks. Shame you can't see that bit of the film. But I try and show you how high I've got to go. And right, I'm going to try and get up there. Obviously, I can't film it as I'm doing it. And yeah, so I ate some pain. I feel a bit better now, but as I say, across the back of my shoulders and the front of my thighs. But I swear a lot of that was actually coming up, that last bit coming home. And you know, like a little child doesn't want to walk anymore. Well, when I was at the bottom of my mountain road just to come up to my house, I was forcing my legs to move. I was like, and then I thought, shall I phone Mike and say, can you just come and drive me up our mountain road? And I thought, no, he won't let me go again. So I was like a child, didn't want to walk, but it was physically so hard to do it. Hey, we've got lots of peeps coming while I've been talking about nonsense. Let's see, where are we? Blue, hey Han, in the background of pasta making mission. I watched your morning moosins this morning. I watched your morning moosins. That was so funny about the disabled toilet. I've left you a message. Yeah, and there's a problem with your morning musing channel, but if you're busy, I'll talk to you about that later. When you go on it, your videos aren't actually there, and your subscribers say something stupid like 9, but when I actually watch this bit of film, it says 200 or something or other. So there's something wrong with the link to that channel. I got onto it eventually, but it's not quite right. But anyway, I'm sure if you want info, I will tell you. Ashley, hey Ashley, hey up, here we are then. Hey up, hey up. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I did. As I say, it's nice you can laugh after the event, and this is what I'm doing, laughing about yesterday. I was like, I was like, seriously, like just to do one foot in front of the other. And I thought, I've just got to get up there. Oh, and I was rationing my water as well because I was gone for 2.5 hours easily. Probably half an hour just come out that road. But 2.5 hours easily of severe climbing and walking. And I'm great at just keep walking. I said to Mike today, I'd be a good nomad or something. I can walk and walk and walk and walk, as long as I don't have to think about the time to come back again. So I need a little tent with me, walk and walk, and then right, that's as far as I walked today. Put your little tent up. I wouldn't camp here because of snakes, so I wouldn't do that. But yeah, I can go and go and go, and I wanted to walk more, and there was so much footage. It normally makes one video. I had to split it into two. The second part of Walk O is quite long, but because I wanted to get it all in. And then as I was sort of finishing the walk, and I was saying, all right, that's it, blah, blah. I'm going to go back now. I then put on it, but wait, look what I discovered as I circled round to walk back. And then there's a bit more footage, so that had to be included. And then I did actually film even more because I sort of started here and sort of went round and back like that. And there was also something else I saw. I thought, I can't add that on. So that's going to be another bit of another walk that I'm planning on next Tuesday. And you'll see why I can link that to it. It's going to be from the other side of that, looking back to what I saw this side. Oh, it's very complicated, my videos. Okay, cool. Check it out. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, if you didn't understand my babble, then just let me know. Hey, Anne, how are you doing? It's Anne with the super fans. I remember Anne Dale's channel when it was a different name entirely, and she barely had any subscribers. I've been with Anne since the start. Anne's special in that respect. Yes. Does anybody else know that Anne's channel had a different name? Who's a long-term Anne fan? Anne fan. I like that. How are you doing, Anne? I like your little collabs you've been doing with Sherry. I love you two together. They're just so sweet together. Love it. Love seeing you together. Two of my fave peeps at the same time. Wow, they're great videos. They're really good videos. Yes, I've known Anne. Ooh. Well, how long have you been doing YouTube for? I must have known you right from the beginning of your channel, practically. Do you know how long you've been on YouTube for, Anne? I know you can click on and look, but that doesn't always mean how long you've actually had a channel. Yes, in the colony. In the colony. That was it. Yeah. I have to change a lot of my old moderators and like people I've known long term. A lot of them have changed, and I really do worry that I'm going to put their name wrong somewhere where I'll do a shout out or whatever. I've got that now. I've got Anne's. Oh, and our homestead, the land of plenty. And Anne, I have done a video to thank you for what I got, but you know, we've got a little situation, so I'm not going to put it up, Anne, until I've tweaked the ending, because obviously things have got to change a little bit. So I have done a shout out, Anne, for you, but just so you know that I can't put it up at the minute. So I want happy ending. But yay, you'll go over and look at Anne. Don't you love this? I love this design. She does t-shirts too. I'm pretty sure she does other stuff as well. I'm sure if you go on her channel, she's got a link to stuff you can get. I love that video you did, Anne. I think you was doing a live somewhere out and about. You was out somewhere and with the t-shirt. That was so funny. So bad mix up. Don't worry about it, Anne. It's sad only for the reason that you actually tried so hard to make it that everyone was included. That's the sad thing, that you made an effort and it went a little bit wrong. So it's positive in that respect, because a lot of people, oh well, sorry, you can't get a prize, never mind. So it was you trying so hard. I didn't notice it. It was Mike, after I filmed the video to like thank you for it and blah 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 and give you a shout out, I said, oh, there you go, Mike, can you deal with it now? So I hadn't even noticed it doing it in the video. So that's why I thought I'll send you a picture and show you the situation. But no, I won it. I was so close to winning Andrea's this week. I was like, no, I was 2 on the wheel, 2, and it, you know how the wheels slow down. It just said, I was like, no, I've won. No, I've not won. Danny won though. She got a prize. I had to clean. Oh, right, okay. I purposely didn't use Amazon so you can win too. Yeah, I know. That's why it's so sad. What can I suggest? The only thing I can say, and I don't know how this would work because everyone buys the prizes in, but the only way, but this won't work for everyone, is someone before has said, oh, if you win, have you got PayPal and you can pay it into your PayPal account? But I guess not everyone's got that either. So, yeah, no problem, Anne. Don't worry. Hey, I won. I had a little laugh, actually, with Mike. I said, what I should do is all these prizes I win that I can't use, I should save them up and do my own giveaway. Because I can't provide prizes. Like a lot of people do, like Amazon and this and that and the other. So I can't even get them to make the prizes either. You can do that. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think there's an expiry date on it as well. I'm pretty sure there was an expiry date. So if you're going to use it again, do check that. I'm sure there was an expiry date, but I can't remember. Do your own giveaway with your prizes. Yeah. But as I say, yeah, it have to be what I win. Although some people with other prizes, like if you've got big prizes, like you had that thing from Jessie and that, obviously some of those things can't be posted as well. So, yeah. Oh, well. Hey, Danny, just been talking about you, saying you won a prize on Andrea's. I was saying one of the wheel spins, second or third thing, I can't remember. And you see the wheel, it goes, I was like, I've won. I went, no, I haven't won. I was 2 away, but just as it really slowed. You were so excited. Oh, it's cool. I think those wheels are awesome. And I was telling Andrea, Anne, about your wheel, the way that Jessie had put your head in the middle and the way it spins fast. Your head was going round and round. That was so funny. I love that. That was so funny. It just made me laugh. Oh, dear. You've all missed my update on my cross stitch. Look, it's coming along. It's coming along. I'm doing well on that. Doing really well. And if you wasn't here back a little bit, then my stupidity, I've just been talking about how, yes, I've made it that I went on a long walk and climbing and all sorts, and I'm suffering for it now. But I'll go for another walk on Tuesday. I'm just going on ventures, going places where I haven't ever been. There's so many places around here you can just walk and walk for miles. Well, obviously not, because I had to climb. I had to climb. Oh my goodness. So I just think I can do it, but I suffer. And then maybe Tuesday, I'm going to go round the other side, try and get the ravine. I'm going to try and walk to the ravine. It's a long way away, but I've sort of looked on the map today and I think, right, I'll look for a better route. So I'm going to do that. And then maybe the Tuesday after, we were driving down to feed the horses, and Mike said, "Oh, see that bit there? They've sort of churned it like a little track." He goes, "I wonder what's down there. You can do that on one of your walks." So he doesn't really watch my videos, very rarely, if I make him, very rarely. And then he'll fast forward a lot of it and just see the bit I want to show him, like what I discovered on my last walk. When I post that, he wants to see what I discovered. And so he very rarely watches them. But the walks, like I've just said, I discovered something. So he's like, "Oh, what's there then?" So I'll show him that bit of footage. He's like, "Oh, right." So this walk, not this Tuesday, I will do the ravine, but the walk after, he'll watch that because it's for him. He doesn't walk anywhere, but I do the walk and film it. I tried to cross stitch, didn't make me cross. I was fuming. There's Ashley. Oh, thanks, Danny. Yeah. It's getting harder to do cross stitch. I literally drop the needle all the time, which is quite good in here because it's a pocket. It's not like it goes randomly off on the sofa somewhere. Oh, there are, I don't know if you can see, there's two colours on each letter. There's red and there's like a pink highlight on every letter. Right, I think you can just about see that. There's bits of pink, highlight bits. And I'm so careful. I double, triple check counting and whatever else. Really like put pins in, mark it, do all that. And then I started sewing and I did a whole letter. And I'm like, I've done it in the highlight colour, not the letter colour. So out it all came. But lucky with this, because it's like plastic, it's not material, it's like plastic squares. As long as you haven't like sewn through, I could just sew backwards to get out. So that wasn't so bad, apart from the fact I'd done a whole letter. And I try to do 2, maximum of 3 letters at a time, because then my little finger gets stuck otherwise. So I thought, oh, well, that's like another letter now. And I wanted to do 3 letters because I wanted to finish Cyprus. I was on the RUS. So I wanted to do all 3. So that was like doing 4 letters, really. And yes, my little finger got stuck in position. Oh, look, there's Anne. Look, Anne, there's your card as well. There will be a video coming up with Anne's mail. It's there. And look, there's Danny's one. It's from Danny there. Danny, let's have Danny's sticker. A nice collection of little stickers coming now. It's not the shout out for the stickers today, but why not? Danny's in the house. Danny Day's homestead. Hey. We're waiting for Ashley to say the only sticker he's got is sticking plasters. Oh, Ashley, your stuff got posted on, when was it, Mike? Friday. Your seeds were posted on Friday. So make a note of the date and let me know how long they take to get there. Would be interesting. So yeah, and they've gone random mail, not through the proper post office. It's the only way I can get seeds out. Sneak the seeds out. Mike was a bit concerned because they rattled a bit. They rattled. He's like, would these be okay? I said, well, they have to be. They have to be. That's all I can do with these. Oh, dear. I don't put a return address on, obviously. Oh dear. So there's that. What else have I been doing? Oh, I've been using some of my jumbo stuff. Oh, I've done a better chart. You know that chart I've had all that time? And you've all been like, well, that looks chaos. Well, this probably looks chaos as well to you now, but it's not. The top section is what I need to get done in the morning. This section is when I post and what channel I post. This section is what videos I need to make. And this section is my lives. Which channel, which day, make lives. See? Look, I've made it so my weekends are free, but they're not free. It's gardening. Gardening at weekends. Hey, 40 and Broke, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Listening while at work. Okay, cool. Just great to see your name pop up. I'll go and have a look at 40 and Broke if you don't know his channel. He does this, he probably calls it something. I can't think what it's called. But he keeps accountable of his expenditure. And that's quite interesting. His expenditure. Oh, it's Mr. Colin Waffles. Hey, Mr. Colin Waffles. And any of you who weren't on Monday, we had a special cat guest. Very rare. We had Pebbles. Pebbles just came in, and we never have Pebbles on a live. You'll see her in videos. She rarely comes in here. And she came on a live. Yay! Yes. Some people saw Pebbles. Yes, Mr. Colin Waffles. You know I've got 4 cats, right? 4 cats. 4 cats. Lou says we have 6 weeks of postal strikes. Oh, coming up from the week of the 24th. Oh, why are you back again? From the week of the 24th to the first week of December. Goodness. Oh, right. So you might not get them till next year then, Ashley. You might not get them till next year. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks for that, Blue. Yay, seeds. I'll do a video of the opening. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. You'll like who I address the envelope to. Oh, dear. That's funny. You know what I've done. You know it. Oh, I think he's going to sleep now. You can hear him. He's looking at himself. He's like, why am I on there? He's been a nuisance this afternoon. Him and Fossil's a girl. Mr. Waffles is a boy. And they were both like this, all over me. One up on the back of the chair here, round my neck, round my face. This one here. But this one, he likes to type on the keys. So he was here, but typing on the keys. Fossil was all around my neck and around my face. And I was trying to make a video, edit a video. Oh, that was an awful video to make today. I literally filmed it and edited it all in, I think 3 hours. And it's the next episode of my folding napkins, different folds. But I do it with a twist because it was really, I decided to do it for physio for my hands and also hand to eye coordination just to practice. Because a long time back I was trying to think of things I could do that was a bit more fun than just doing exercises. So I found my book that someone had given me that they didn't want anymore, folding napkins. So I thought, oh, let's make videos. So what I've done it with the twist. It's so cute. Wow, come Girl City. Hello, Tara. Hello, Tara. Hello, Tara. Yes, I've done it with the twist because I'm not doing a tutorial. I'm showing you the instructions from the book. Then I'm trying to do it so you can do it as well and see what you can do. And I think there was 6 I did in this episode. And One of them didn't go very well. It looked quite rubbish. And 2 of them were just ridiculous. And there's a couple of them I go, well, let's try again. And also I try with different napkins. And it's funny because the last episode I'd only done with a paper napkin. And a lot of them didn't work well because they needed a linen napkin. So this one, straight away, I thought, right, let's just do them all with the linen one. And I'm making them with the linen one. And I think most of them would have been better with a paper one. So I say, oh, let's try again. And then a couple of times, one, I think I just try again because I made a right hash of it. And then another one, I think, or another 2, I think, I say, right, so I'm going to, let's try with a paper napkin. But even with that, one of them just came out absolutely like, what? So I put on the bottom, which ones can you do, or which ones will work for you? So you can do them if you like, particularly if you've got hand issues or anything like that. It's quite fun to just try and do something. So I thought I'd do it with a twist. People want ideas of how to fold napkins, or people want to have a little go at something. Who knows? I might do origami one day. I can't follow like lots of instructions, or if it's like I was reading it out the book to myself, there's no speaking on it. I just show you the instruction, then show me doing that bit, and then show you the instruction, then me doing that bit. So you can either follow visually or reading. So if you're not very good at reading, you could just watch what I do, then you do that, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it was just crazy because I'm trying to do it, and if I read a whole lot of things, I can't then retain. I've said this before, like if you give me directions, say go left, then right, and then third house on that, I've lost it. I can only take very small portions of instruction at a time. So that was quite good. I've read one bit, looked at it, so you just see the picture of the instruction. And then that's why it took me long to edit, because I'd just done it all, like watch it, look at the book doing it, and then obviously I had to edit that in between the book pictures. But yeah, that's fun. That would be on my other channel. That's not on this channel. I try and keep art and craft stuff there. Though saying that, there's a arty craft thing coming, I think, on this channel. Wait, oh sorry, I keep knocking the desk. Wait, might be the next one. Because remember, just because I make a video doesn't mean it's next to be posted. I'm just making the videos. Yes, on this channel, the next video, so what day are we on now? Wednesday, so it'll be on Friday. Oh, I'm looking at my chart. They post next on Friday on this channel. It is titled No Cost Pretty Seed Storage. Seeds on display, easy to access. Ooh. And if you saw that die on my hands in a previous live, that's what it is. Ooh, it's pretty. And I wish I could take you. You're on my laptop. I can't unplug you. If I could take you, I could show you, because I'm just there. I'm just in the kitchen, right up this end. So yeah, look out for that. So that's art craft. I'm not sure why it came on this channel, really. I suppose because it's seeds, maybe because it was seeds and frugal more, maybe because it's more frugal. What's going on my other channel next week? What I do is when I post, I then write up which one I'm going to post next. So when it's posting day for whatever channel, it's already written up in my posting book as to what it's going to be. So you're like this. So this will be next Wednesday on my other channel. It's goat photography. So it's all just pictures of goats that I've taken. Some of them are really funny because they're looking in my house. You see them look. Oh, I keep knocking that leg of the chair. I keep knocking it. Let's move. There we go. Yeah, keep taking pictures of them, and the goats actually look in my kitchen window, so there's quite a few pictures of that, and lots of baby goats, lots of baby goat pictures. How could I forget the dyed fingers? Yeah. I don't think I've got any on me now because I finished them not long after that. That was another long task. Or just scraping off the labels, and I know there's probably better ways too, but you'll see in the video I don't even want to take the seeds out because I would have got everything mixed up, what went in what jars, and you'll see part of it. I've labelled some lids before I finished the other jars, and some haven't been scraped, so I sort of broke up in sections, because when I'd nearly finished, Mike went, do you want these jars as well? I was like, no. No, I nearly finished that. Yeah, nearly finished that. Shall we do a shout out? Let's do tambourine time. Mike loves tambourine time. Random shout out. So we pick a letter out. If you don't know, you should know by now. Pick out a random letter. I look in my community book of who's active, following my channel, and whatever letter I pull out, I look up that letter and see who's there for a shout out. Ooh, H. Oh, H. H. I like this as well, because I was saying when I last did it, whatever channels I shout out, they probably don't even know. Ha ha. H. H. Let's see. H, and I will have to mark off when I've who I've chosen, so I don't keep doing the same ones. H. Oh, this is who I'm going to do. I know this person's very active. So we're going for Hope Bus. H.O.P.E. Bus. Hope Bus. That's Victoria. So if you know Victoria, Hope Bus. That's all it is, Hope Bus. So I'll just type that in for anyone who wants to look up her channel. She's quite into yoga, and obviously making up a, can't type and think at the same time, doing a bus up. That's very interesting. So do go and have a look at Hope Bus if you don't know Victoria, and say I sent you. She also does yoga on like yoga lessons for you. So you can either join in a small group via, I don't know if she does it StreamYard or what platform she uses, but you could do it private as a small group, or she will also, if you want to just do it on your own, she will do a one-to-one with you, and she looks into your abilities, your inabilities, anything you've got. I think she knows all about, like Blue does, all your health things and that kind of thing, I believe. So yeah, do check her out. She's very willing to do these one-to-one things for you. So like sort of basic therapy, but yoga, as much or as little as you're able to do. She just wants everyone to be able to move that tiny bit more, and her job is accomplished. So if you're interested in that, do get in touch with her. I don't know, but I would think if you're not sure, she might let you just drop in on one of those sessions. I don't know, and see what you feel. Any of you who know Painting with Squirrels, Shirley, she's actually started it, and she said she couldn't do anything at all, and she's really looking good now. And she said, oh, I couldn't even move or lay on the floor, and just slowly she's been doing a little bit more, and another channel she works with as well, and really doing well. So go and check out Hope Bus. That's Victoria, if you want to go and say hello to her and say Dawn sent you. with a random shout out. Shall we do some jokes? Let's do some jokes. Running out of jokes. Mike's laughing. He's like, hooray. It's so rude. Why don't you come on the chat, Mike? And you could be rude on my chat and then I can ban you. Okay, first joke. Who uses their right hand to stir their coffee? Who uses their right hand to stir their coffee? Any of you out there? Who uses your right hand to stir your coffee? Mike uses a spoon. Ha! You're never completely useless. You can always serve as a bad example. Ha! What do you call someone with no body and no nose? What do you call someone with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Come up, but I've done these ones. I remember back here I had a few I hadn't done. I'd missed for some reason. See if I can find them. There was a few random ones. And I was like, I must go back and do those ones. You know now, I'm not going to be able to find them. So I mark what I've done. Well, where are they? Perhaps I did go back and do them. They're done, they're done. They're done, they're done, they're done, they're done. They're done, they're done. And they're done. They're done, they're done. God, I've done a lot of jokes. Here's one I haven't done because it's on another page. What did one elevator say to the other? I think I'm coming down with something. They're done. They're done. They're done. They're done. They're done. Let's do this. 10 things I know about you. Number 1. You are human. Number 2. You're listening to me. Number 3. You can't say the letter P without parting your lips. Number 4. You just tried to do that. Number 6. You're laughing, but I knew that. Number 7. You think I missed saying number 5. Number 8. You love my jokes. Number 9. You laugh at them because you're a fun person. Number 10. You'll copy this down because you think it's good and you'll share it. Why is it so cheap to throw a party at a haunted house? Because the ghost bring all the booze. What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle? A tyre. Oh dear, they're pretty cool. They're really good. They're really good. I've got stuff all over my desk because I still haven't. I've used one of these. You know, I thought all of these. Look how pretty they are. Look, we've got that colour. Pretty. Ooh, that colour. Ooh, pretty. I like that. Don't quite like the purple. Purple and blues are my favourite colours. Oh, that's not yellow. I've got a red one. I'm using the red one. These are my sticky labels that I bought to do my seed jars with. I'm not using them now. I haven't used yet. This is my plan. I'm going to be gardening the weekend, but I think I want to sort stuff. My dividers. Choose my dividers. My plastic sheets. I won't be able to file this stuff anymore in Cyprus. So I've slowly been using those. I'm sorting out more stuff. I've got piles of stuff. I'm doing the boring stuff, the bits of paper. Don't like sorting bits of paper, but I thought if I bought pretty folders, that might encourage me. I've done my garden folder. You know, I bought this here. I've done this one. It's not finished, but it's all in there. You know, I bought this one for my gardening stuff. Got a few more bits to put in stuff in there. All my gardening information. Because the one I was using didn't stand up straight in the shelves. It was too tall. So I bought a green one for gardening. So I've got all the bits in there. It's in the right order. But there's a bit more I've still got to actually put in. Sheets in there. So I've got all my bits about things to grow. Everything I've collected. I'm making slowly a collection about herbs and wildflowers. So I've got that in there. Just things, different ideas of gardening. Oh, I've had for a long time, everything about different bugs and insects, how to get rid of them. My recipes of how you make up little sprays, natural sprays for garden pests. I've got so much on that. If you've got trouble with something, I may well have the remedy. I may well. Just general bug problems. Plant diseases, all the different types of plant disease. About aphids, flea beetle. Cabbage root fly, cabbage worm. All sorts, cucumber beetles, not just found on cucumbers, corn worm, about dragonflies, all the species of dragonfly, they're all called, ladybirds, mosquitoes, onion fly, eelworm, what's that one? And then all your mildews, rots, smut, that's something else in my book. Slugs and snails, potato bugs, ticks, earwigs, squash beetle, chiggers, toads and frogs. Obviously, I know all about those. Tomato fruit worm, white fly, tomato hornworm, all things. I'm quite good at that. And as I say, I've got lots of recipes of getting rid of different pests, things to use in your compost. I've done that on a live all about compost, good pests, bad pests, pest repelling plants, quick ways to get rid of weeds, move to a tower block, companion planting, what goes with what not to put with what. As I say, I'm collecting my herb info. Got quite a lot on that. What herbs are good for what things. Eating different leaves. Little bit on preserves and that. I'm starting to collect info on that a bit. Not that I've got anywhere to keep them. And all my things I grow. Everything about them. Everything. So that's coming on. In my lives on Mondays, I'm still going to go through slowly files and folders. We did a fun one this week. And then I go through and throw away stuff or save stuff. So there's that. So I've got all that to do. Got a busy weekend. I've been made moderator for 2 more channels, so got a little bit more work to do there because I do things for them. So I'll probably be doing some of their channel promos on community posts. Don't forget to look at my community posts. I try and post something once or twice a week, depending, only if I've got something to share. But that's where I put up all my little shout outs, random shout outs, anything that's happening. Maybe a little picture of something I'm doing. Oh, I was supposed to be putting up pictures of the pigs, wasn't I? I must have written that down to do somewhere. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's not highlighted. On my live on Monday, we were talking about, I've got here some, I've got garden ornaments, I suppose you call them, like concrete ones. And they're bigger than that. One's probably that big, and it's a pig coming out of a barrel. And then there's a pig driving a racing car. And I was talking about one, it looks like a drain with the cover coming off and a dragon coming out of it. Is there another one, Mike? I feel there's another one. There's a smaller one of something. Oh, a squirrel, because it keeps falling down because it's small. A squirrel. And because I was talking about those, I did say, I'll put those up on the community post. So if you're interested, you can see those. They were like really cheap. They were from England. I was saying about Isle of Sheppey. We went there and just stayed maybe a weekend or overnight. I can't remember, when I had a caravan and we took it over there because my mum had been over there. I said I can't remember if it's a garden centre with plants or whether it's just concrete stuff. I can't remember. But if you want cheap stuff, see if it's still there on the Isle of Sheppey. And they had stepping stones, just round, sort of that thick, round. And at the time, they were £1. So if you're in need of things like that, I don't know if it's still even there, but it was a big place. I remember driving in this big place. But as I say, I don't know if it was a garden centre or cement works or what it was, but they sold all garden ornaments. That's all I remember, that they sold garden ornaments. And I think they must have all been outside, hence why I don't know what else was there. So if you're in England, do look that up somewhere. Isle of Sheppey. And you can't miss it because Isle of Sheppey is not that big. And you might get cheap cement stuff. Don't know. Can't even tell you the place. It was so long ago. But they were so cheap. That's what we got there. So I haven't got those because I bought those. My garden had like a dipped sunken patio and then a step up. And then the grass, and obviously keep going up that step, the grass got worn out. So that's why my mum said, oh, you want some slabs there? And she said, this Isle of Sheppey place. Obviously, we left those there because we wasn't going to dig those out. But I've got all the pig and the squirrel. It's starting to get a bit battered. But where, like they wear off, you can see why they're made so cheap, because they're just like small stones and then like a cement covering. I suppose they fill the mould up, line it maybe with concrete, and then just put all these little like gravelly stone type things in. So yeah, I'll try and put pictures of those up on my community post. And don't forget as well to always look under my videos in the description. If you like something, I always put links to other videos or other connecting information under the videos in the description. So do always take a look there. Or if it's a part of something, then sometimes I link other parts. Also, I'm still collecting questions from you. I want to make another Q&A video. Don't worry if you were in the last one. If you want to ask more questions, that's completely fine. If you want to be a community member, you're not barred from asking more questions. So put them anywhere to me, a question, but please write it's for the Q&A. or else I'll randomly answer the questions and think, that was a bizarre random question. So do put it for the Q&A. And if you ask questions, you can ask as many as you like. And then I do a shout out in the video, the same as the last one, same format it's going to be. I just love doing them. And I will put your channel link in the description, and I'll also do a shout out in the actual video if you ask me questions. Also, if you like asking questions, if you would, you could email me, emails below. If you want to ask me loads of questions, like an interview, and I will do one video on your questions. So if you're like quite into that, I did one with Tara before. Tara asked loads of questions on her channel, and she said, oh, anyone who, Tara's Tom Girl City Squad, for anyone who doesn't know. And she said, oh, if anyone wants to answer these questions, I did it on my other channel. So if you do want to see that, then you can go on my other channel. Let me put the link up if I can find it. Not that, still not that channel. That one. Let me look in my book because I might find it quicker. What number video it was. So if you want to do like Tara did, set loads of questions, and then I'll put these all questions set by your channel. It's on Tranquility, and that's not the most filed. It's probably under odds. Odds. No, it's not in odds. Which it would have been odds. Oh, shout out. So be on that one then. 10 questions answered about me. Questions set by Tom Girl City Squad YouTube channel. 170. Video 170. Let me just grab that. If you're in the chat, I can't see you at the minute. Bear with me. I've got my Word doc up. Well, I've got video 170, but I've got New Beginnings one. It's 170 of Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. There it is. So if you want to see that, see what sort of questions she asked. It's here. It's here. Here it is. So go and have a look at that video. I got it all. Oh, arranged on a different wall. It looks better on that wall. Oh, cool. I'll have to drop in and have a look at that. I still got to give you a shout out. Thank you for doing my question challenge. Do me another one, Tara. Do me another one. Do me another one. I love them. I would say that's one of my favourite things to do on a video. And the way I actually did this last Q&A, because I've done other Q&As, there's quite a lot of Q&As. How I did it this time, I kept moving around locations and doing things, and I thought, oh, that was quite fun. It takes time, but I liked watching that back as I was editing it. I thought, oh, it's different rather than just sitting answering questions, because all my other Q&As, I've literally just sat there and answered questions. There's loads of Q&As on my channel. I love doing them, and that's why when we get the volunteers here, I do one video normally of them doing stuff, and then a Q&A with them, asking them about working here and how they found it and all that kind of thing. I don't know if it's got its own playlist of Q&As. I think it might just be under shout outs on this channel, because I don't actually do my list here, how I find things quickly. It's not what the playlists are that you can see. Let's see. Probably be on shout outs on my list. Chats. Chats. Oh, chat. That's a Q&A with the workaways. Let's put the last one in, 372. This is the one that some of you guys were on. Q&A. Tara's on this one. Blue's on this one. I think Ashley was on this one. Ashley was on this one. 300 and, what did I say? 379. There's 379, 76, 78, 79. So this was the last one. Yeah, Tara, your question was on this one. There's that one. There's that one. A lot of the Q&As I set for like homesteading questions for other homesteaders. Yeah, so there's homesteading channel ones. There was one, Josh did the questions. 109. 109. Whiz wheel up there a bit. I'm not very good with the whiz wheel. It goes out of control. 109. There's this one. This was a Q&A I did. So if you like Q&As, there's another one I did there. Mike's done some. Here's the one where I set questions for other channels, but I answered them myself as well. 132. 132. As I say, these ones I literally sat there and answered questions. I like moving around. That was quite fun. I have to try and be even more creative doing it. Mike answering questions. So yeah, I've done quite a few. There. As I say, I do like doing Q&As, all sorts of Q&As. Some I put on this channel, some I put on the other channel. There we go. So there's a few for people to look at. There's a few there. Oh dear. Yeah, so send me your questions. As I say, you can put them anywhere, either below this video or in an email. My email's below, or just in comments under any video. But do put it's for the Q&A, and then I'll make one up. I've got a few questions already sent in, so I've kept that separate. So I'll add to it, and then when I've got enough, I think, to make another little video. I don't like my videos too long. I try not to go much over 10 minutes. Obviously, there are some videos that are longer, but on the whole, I try and keep it 10 minutes. I think people are more likely to sort of watch the whole thing. So yeah, where I think I've got enough. I've just got to try and be creative to do the next ones. So I'll do that. So I'm going to go, guys. I'm going to go and get something to eat. And I thank you all for being here. Really appreciate your time when there's so many channels out there that you make time for my little channel. I really appreciate that. Tara, I'm going to come up at some point tomorrow because it's night now here for me. It's nearly 7 p.m, 7 o'clock at night. Nice to see you too, Danny. As I say, I'm going to do a week of either next week or the week after, just catching up on some channels. So I'm going to devote my time to catching up. The channels I want to just sit and like just watch and lay back, have a cup of coffee and just sit and really catch up on some of my channels. So I'll see you all then. Until then, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your day if you're earlier than me, or a great morning if you're in Australia. Until next time, as always, Meraki.